What's good, y'all? It's your boy T Money, and welcome back to the kingdom. Before I say anything, yo, please hit that like and subscribe to the channel. And y'all already know, it don't cost you no paper unless you's a hater. So subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe. With that being said, man, I want to do a little bit of a recap, a week 5 recap for the Giants. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of my thoughts on how the defense played out, the offense looked, DJ, the coaching staff, Saquon, and all that good shit. All right, but subscribe to the channel before I get into all of that. Subscribe to the channel. This is where you need to be, because I'm gonna give y'all that fire. All right, I'm gonna give y'all real shit. All right. So first and foremost, I did apologize to DJ. I did apologize to him. In one of my old videos, I said that DJ wasn't, and I still feel that DJ won't be the future of this team. I have to see a lot more. I'm not going to say he won't be the future. I just got to see a lot more. Now, he played his ass off. 1, 2, 3, 5 weeks straight. He played his ass off. He's absolute, to me, if you ask me, Daniel Jones has absolutely been the MVP of this team. All right? He's not the best player on the team. You don't got to be the best player on the team. But he's definitely the MVP of this team. I understand that Saquon is leading the league in rushing. I understand that Andrew Thomas is the best left tackle in football. And I understand that Dexter Lawrence is coming into his own player. He's coming into his own person. He's becoming the best defensive tackle in football. Yeah, I said it. Dexter Lawrence, remember that name, Sexy Dexy, is becoming the best interior defensive lineman in football. All right? He's putting up Aaron Donald numbers right now. He's putting up Vita Vea numbers right now. If you don't believe me, look up the stats. That's all you got to do. You don't got to take my word for it. I'm just here to tell you. You don't got to take my word for it. All right? All you got to do is look at the stats. That's all you got to do. So, despite us having the best interior defensive lineman in football, despite us having the best left tackle in football, despite the fact that we have the best running back in football, I still think that Daniel Jones is the MVP of this team through week 5. All right? We still got tons of games to play. Through week 5, Daniel Jones is the best player. Well, not the best player, I'm sorry. The MVP of the team. All right? I don't care about stats. And neither should you. I don't care if Daniel Jones is not throwing for 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. I don't care if he's not putting up 400-yard games, 300-yard games. I don't care if he's not throwing for 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns a game. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about that. See, this is where y'all get shit confused. Y'all care too much about stats. Y'all care too much about stats. I don't care about fantasy football. Stats only matters when you're playing fantasy football. This is not fantasy football. All right? And speaking of fantasy football, I'm not even going to tell you what my win-loss record is, because it's bad. Spent all this money on fantasy football, and it's been bad. But that's beside the point. We ain't talking about me. We're talking about Daniel Jones. We're talking about the New York Giants. And Daniel Jones' stats does not show up. It doesn't translate to the win-loss record. That's the only stats I care about. Win-loss record is the only stat I care about. All right? I'm going to say this one more time, because a lot of people don't hear me. A lot of people don't understand this shit. I don't care about stats. The only stats I'm concerned with is my win or loss record. That's it. That's it. This is why a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. A lot of people are confused. A lot of people like to talk shit. I go to work every day. Oh, look at the Eagles. Look at Jalen Hurts. Yo, matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all something funny. Somebody told me, an Eagle fan told me, yes. Matter of fact, it was just yesterday. No, wait, what's today? Today's Wednesday. It was Monday. Somebody told me Monday when I was at work, it was an Eagles fan. He said, Daniel Jones only got 4 touchdowns. Yeah, but we're 4-1. Okay, we're 4-1. I don't care. Daniel Jones can have 0 touchdowns. We're 4-1. We have a winning record. So when he said that, I said, all right. I got to looking. I looked up the stats. I looked up Jalen Hurts stats. Do you realize Jalen Hurts only had 5 touchdowns? So let's get this straight. Daniel Jones had 4 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts has 5 touchdowns. He's only have 1 touchdown better than Daniel Jones. Remember what I just said. He's 1 touchdown better than Daniel Jones. And the Eagles are 5-0. Very impressive. If you ask me, if you tell me that a quarterback has only thrown for 5 touchdowns and they're undefeated, I would say very impressive. Very impressive. Give Daniel Jones credit where it's due. You got to give this man credit. I'm not sitting here saying that Daniel Jones is going to be the future. I'm not saying that. I still stand by that. But this man has put this team on his back. 5 weeks in a row, he put the team on his back. He's been carrying this team. He has made... I love Saquon. I love Saquon. Saquon is my favorite player on the team. But Daniel Jones scored on the most important play in that Green Bay game while Saquon was out. Saquon was out of the game. Remember, he was in the locker room because he had, I think it was a shoulder injury. Before he came back out, Daniel Jones led that drive without Saquon Barkley, and we scored a touchdown. So the most important drive of the game, we didn't have Saquon. Daniel Jones put the team on his back. Remember, throwing to a guy named Marcus Williams, a guy that we just signed off the practice squad. Throwing to Darius Slayton, a guy that a lot of people was very critical of, but I did a video saying that he should at least be here for 1 more year, considering what he did his rookie season. He's been a big disappointment. Outside of this Green Bay game, he's been a big disappointment. But he showed up. David Seals made an important catch when he needed to. Richie James. This is the guys he's throwing to. We don't have a number 1 receiver. We don't have a number 1 receiver. We have the worst receiving core in football, and we're standing here 4-1. And people got the nerve to sit here and tell me that the Giants are the worst 3-1 team. This is before the Green Bay game. We are the worst 3-1 team in football history. Not just football, in football history. Now, we're getting a lot of love around the media. Even Aaron Rodgers just bigged up Dexter Lawrence. Every time I turn around, people are talking about the Giants. Nah. We're not doing that. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Nah, we don't want it. Keep that same energy. I was just watching Undisputed this morning. Shannon Sharp said, he said, Skip Bayless, I had no idea that the Giants would be 4-1 with Daniel Jones. I didn't see that coming. The Giants are coming. Nah, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Because we're gonna go home. We're just coming from London. We're going home. And Wink Martindale Super Bowl is gonna be Sunday afternoon against his former team, the Baltimore Ravens. So all I want everybody to do is keep that same energy. That's all I ask. Just keep that same energy. The Giants are playing lights out right now. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's coming. I know that the stats don't show it. 2 batted balls, 8 pressures. He's only played, because he missed his first 2 games, I think. He played this 3rd game playing. 8 pressures, Come on. That man is coming. He doesn't have a sack yet. I get it. But he's coming. And he's only going to get better once Leonard Williams come back. Ojulari come back. He's only going to get better. Andrew Thomas. Look at Andrew Thomas. The best left tackle in football. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe the Giants will make the playoffs? Do y'all believe the Giants will make the playoffs? Everything I just mentioned to y'all, do y'all think that the Giants will make the playoffs? Remember, we still got the Lions on the schedule. We still got the Commanders for 2 games on the schedule. We still got the Jacksonville Jaguars. We still got the Houston Texans. We still got the Colts. Very winnable games. Those are all winnable games. The toughest game that we have is the Eagles twice, the Cowboys, and we got the Ravens coming up. We got 4 tough games on our schedule left. And the Eagles, I do think we'll split with, and I think we'll get that game with the Cowboys. I don't think that any Giants fan rather would be crazy if they say that the Giants are gonna make the playoffs or be fighting for a wild card. They're not crazy. We're here. The most underrated player on the team, Xavier McKinney. You don't hear his name a lot, but he's so underrated. This defense is going to get better. Think about it. Just think about it for a second. We don't have no number 1 receiver. We're 4-1. And when you think about the Giants, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Because for me, if you ask me, the first thing that comes to mind is defense. The New York Giants has been predicated on defense. The Giants is known for their defense. And I'm talking about, this is going back from LT to now. When you talk about explosive offensive plays, the Giants don't come to mind when you think of offensive explosiveness. I get it. We had Odell in his prime. We had Victor Cruz in his prime. Those are the 2 most explosive players we've had on the offensive side of the ball ever. I'm talking about ever. When you talk about the Giants, you're talking about defense. That's it. You're talking about defense. LT, O.C. Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, Jason Pierre-Paul. Now look at us now. Leonard Williams, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau. Defense. That's what this team is about, defense. We don't talk about offense with this team. We've never really talked about offense. Yeah, you got to put up points. You got to score. But the defense is what really makes this team. The defense. We're 4-1. I don't care about, somebody told me the other day, y'all got 3 ugly wins. I don't care. I told y'all this shit before. In the column, when y'all look at the win-loss column, it's not gonna say the Giants 4 ugly wins. It's not gonna say that. It's gonna say 4-1. That's it. So the point I'm trying to make is, man, everybody just keep that same energy. Brian Daboll, without a question, is Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year. Brian Daboll's Coach of the Year. I don't give a shit what nobody says. Coach of the Year. 4-1. Can we make it 5-1? Y'all gonna get my preview maybe Friday night. Y'all get my preview Friday night. But I do absolutely believe we'll be 5-1. I do. I really do. Leonard Williams is scheduled to play. Wan'Dale Robinson he may play because I heard that he was on schedule to play last Sunday, but he didn't. So he may play this weekend coming up. Are we going to get Landon Collins? I don't know. He's still on the practice squad. But the Giants is 4-1. We're 4-1. And I can't. This is the most excited I haven't been this excited in a long damn time. A long time. With that being said, I'm your boy T Money, and I'm signing off.